I was talking to my neighbor, Margaret, the other day, lovely woman, just turned 65, and she said something that really stuck with me. She said, getting older wouldn't be so bad if it didn't hurt so much. And if you're watching this, chances are you know exactly what she means. Maybe you've woken up with a stiff back that just won't loosen up, or perhaps bending down to tie your shoes feels like a marathon. Back pain can sneak up on us as we get older, but here's the good news. It doesn't have to be this way. Today, we're going to talk about 3 simple fixes that can help ease that nagging back pain. No fancy equipment, no expensive treatments, just practical, everyday changes that really work. And the best part? You can start today. Now, before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people in their 70s and 80s move with ease, while others seem to struggle with every step? A lot of that comes down to how we treat our backs. Small habits, done consistently, can make a world of difference. So let's get started with the first fix, because you deserve to move comfortably and enjoy your days without that constant ache. Fix number 1. Move more, but smarter. I know what you might be thinking, move more? But moving hurts. And you're not wrong. If your back is already sore, the idea of being more active can feel overwhelming. But here's the thing, our backs thrive on movement. The problem isn't moving, it's how we've been moving, or not moving enough. Think of your spine like a well-oiled hinge. If you leave a hinge untouched for years, it gets stiff, maybe even rusty. But if you use it regularly, gently and with care, it stays smooth and functional. The same goes for your back. Sitting too much, staying in one position for hours, or moving in ways that strain your spine, like lifting heavy objects the wrong way, can all lead to pain. So, what's the solution? Gentle, mindful movement throughout the day. Start with this. Every 30 minutes, take a short walk around the room. Just a minute or two. No need to rush or push yourself. If standing up is tough, even shifting your weight from side to side while seated can help. The goal is to keep your back from stiffening up. And here's a little secret. One of the best movements for back pain is something you already do, walking. But not just any walking. Try this. Stand tall, relax your shoulders, and imagine a string gently pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Take slow, comfortable steps, letting your arms swing naturally. This helps your spine stay aligned and takes pressure off those sore spots. Now, I know some days are harder than others. If your back is really acting up, start small. Even just standing up and stretching your arms overhead for a few seconds can make a difference. The key is consistency. Over time, these little movements add up, and you might just find that your back feels stronger and more flexible than it has in years. Fix number 2. Strengthen your core without crunches. Now, let's talk about something that might surprise you. Your back pain could actually be coming from a weak core. No, I'm not talking about six-pack abs. This isn't about looking like a movie star. Your core is simply the group of muscles that support your spine, and when they're strong, they take a lot of the load off your back. The good news: you don't need to do a single sit-up to strengthen these muscles. In fact, crunches can sometimes make back pain worse. Instead, try this simple exercise. Sit toward the edge of a sturdy chair, or stand if that's more comfortable. Place your hands on your hips, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently pull your belly button toward your spine. Hold for a few seconds, then release. That's it. This tiny movement engages your deep core muscles without straining your back. Do this a few times a day, maybe while you're waiting for the kettle to boil or watching TV, and you'll start building strength where it matters most. Another great option: seated marches. Sitting tall, lift one knee a few inches, lower it, then lift the other. Go slowly, and focus on keeping your back straight. It's simple, but it works wonders for stability. Remember, this isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about small, steady progress. And the payoff: a back that feels supported, not strained. Fix number 3. Rethink how you bend and lift. Now, I know what you're thinking. I've been bending over my whole life. How hard can it be? But here's the truth. Most of us bend in ways that put way too much pressure on our lower backs. And over time, that adds up. Let me ask you this. When you drop something on the floor, what's your first instinct? Do you bend at the waist, reaching down like a folding chair? If so, your back is doing all the work, and that's a recipe for pain. Instead, try this: the golfer's lift. Next time you need to pick something light, like a piece of paper or your slippers, place one hand on a counter or sturdy chair for support. Then, keeping your back straight, lift one leg slightly behind you as you bend forward. It looks a bit like a golfer picking up their ball, hence the name. This simple move shifts the effort to your hips and legs, not your spine. And for heavier things, like groceries or a pet food bag, hinge, don't hunch. Stand close to the object, feet shoulder-width apart. Bend your knees and push your hips back, like you're about to sit in a chair, keeping your back straight. Then, lift with your legs, not your back. Imagine you're a crane, strong and steady. Host stands up to demonstrate, moving slowly and deliberately. See the difference? It might feel awkward at first, especially if you've been bending the old way for years, but your back will thank you. And here's a bonus tip. Keep heavy items at waist height when you can. Store your most used pots and pans on the counter, not in a low cupboard. Put your laundry detergent on a shelf, not the floor. Little changes like this add up to big relief over time. Fix number 4. The power of posture, even in your chair. Now, let's talk about something we do for hours every day. Something that might be secretly sabotaging your back: sitting. Whether it's watching TV, reading, or scrolling through photos of the grandkids, the way we sit can either help or hurt our backs. Here's a quick test. Where are your shoulders right now? Are they rounded forward, like you're hugging an invisible beach ball? If so, that's putting extra strain on your spine. Try this instead. Sit all the way back in your chair, no perching on the edge. Place a small cushion or even a rolled-up towel behind your lower back for support. Now, gently roll your shoulders up, back, and down, like you're tucking your shoulder blades into your back pockets. Ah, feels better already, doesn't it? And if you're thinking, but I'll never remember to sit like this, here's a trick. Tie a string or ribbon around your wrist. Every time you notice it, check your posture. Within a week, it'll start to feel natural. Fix number 5. Sleep smarter, not harder. Now, I can already hear some of you saying, sleep? At my age? That's easier said than done. And believe me, I get it. But the truth is, how, and on what, you sleep can make all the difference for your back. Let's start with position. If you're a side sleeper, like most of us, try this. Place a pillow between your knees. Not just any pillow, a firm one, about the thickness of your knee to ankle. This keeps your hips aligned and takes pressure off your lower back. Think of it like giving your spine a little peace treaty overnight. Host holds up a pillow to demonstrate. Now, if you sleep on your back, slide a pillow under your knees. It doesn't need to be high, just enough to keep a slight bend in your legs. This relaxes those lower back muscles that love to tighten up. And here's a game changer. Your mattress matters, but not how you might think. You don't necessarily need that expensive orthopedic mattress. In fact, if your bed is too soft, It's like trying to sleep in a hammock. Your spine sinks and strains all night. Too firm? That can be just as bad. The sweet spot? A mattress that gently supports the natural curve of your back. Not ready for a new mattress? Try this. If your bed's too soft, place a firm board, like plywood, underneath for a few nights to test the difference. Too hard? A memory foam topper, even just an inch thick, can work wonders. The ripple effect of small changes. Now, let's take a step back. If you've been following along with these fixes, moving smarter, strengthening your core, bending the right way, adjusting your posture, and now sleeping better, you might already be feeling a shift. Not just in your back, but in your whole outlook. Because here's what I've learned from talking to hundreds of people just like you. Back pain isn't just about the spine. It's about confidence. It's about being able to play with your grandkids without worrying you'll throw something out. It's about gardening, traveling, or even just carrying groceries without that nagging fear of, what if it hurts tomorrow? I want you to imagine something. 6 weeks from now, waking up and not bracing yourself for that first twinge. Walking to the mailbox without calculating every step. Laughing with a friend without suddenly thinking, oh, I shouldn't have moved like that. That's what's possible. Not overnight, but step by step. So start small. Pick one of these fixes today. Just one. Maybe it's the golfer's lift when you drop your keys. Maybe it's fluffing that pillow between your knees tonight. Small steps lead to big changes. And I'd love to hear how it goes for you. Drop a comment below. Have you tried any of these? What worked? What surprised you? Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. If this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit that like button, it really does make a difference. And if you're not subscribed yet, well, we've got plenty more tips where these came from. Because getting older should be about enjoying life, not just enduring it.